Hello and welcome back to the third. We've been exploring Layla's cell, Grimcell Fortress. But for now, let's take a step back and come to Star Door 5, which requires Annalise. Let's learn a little bit more about Annalise, about her past, and about her unique fighting style. The 8 Leaves 1 Blade style, which is shared among her, Colonel Richard, former Colonel Richard, Cassius, and Sid. I shall grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. Suppose. Interesting. Wow, that's a surprise. Annalise. Oh, Lugrin. Is something the matter? It's not like you to walk right up to the second floor without even looking at the board and sit quietly like this. You're not feeling sick from eating too much ice cream or something, are you? Don't be silly. I'm not a kid anymore, you know? Could have fooled me. I swear that you were the one who ate 3 full scoops first thing one morning and later had to go get some stomach medicine from Spence. Maybe my memory's playing tricks on me. Let's all pretend that never happened, okay? Besides, that was back when I was a junior bracer. That was forever ago. I learned my lesson after that, I swear. Now I never have more than 1 scoop each morning. You're not supposed to have ice cream in the morning at all, you know? Well, no matter. So what you've been doing up here all this time anyway? Oh, right. Well, you see, I got a letter from my Pappy who lives a long way away this morning. Really now? He's a swordsman if I recall, isn't he? Yep, he's an instructor. He's real famous among sword practitioners actually. Yun Kafai of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. Ah yeah, that's the one. I was familiar with the name even before meeting you, but I was quite surprised to find out you were his granddaughter. Didn't he used to live here in Liberl? I'm surprised you know about that. I can't say I have any memories of when he was here, though. It was around when I was born, so how could I? That long ago, I see. So, how's he doing? Well? Judging by his letter, yeah, he's doing fine. I haven't had the chance to meet him in person for about a year now. Last time we had the chance to spar, I felt like he was totally babying me, even though he's like 70. Haha, you really must be skilled to be treating an active bracer that way. Huh? Well, what's with the sudden serious face? Oh, it's nothing all that major, but I've been wondering something for a while. Why do you stay here when you could join him? Sorry, I'm lost. Well, it's just that you're aiming to improve your swordsmanship, aren't you? It feels like if you have a grandfather like that, the fastest way to do that would be go with him and polish your skills at his side. That's... well... I suppose it's not my place to be telling you what may or may not be best for you. Sorry, Annalise, you needn't pay any attention to an old man like me. No, that's not true at all. I really appreciate your advice, so please, don't think it's not your place to give it. I can definitely see where you're coming from on this. I do have my reasons for being here and all. They're just a little difficult to explain. Oh? I do want to learn more about swordsmanship and swords in general. So in that sense, you're right that continuing to train under Pappy would be both the best and fastest course of action. But that's not all I want to do with my life. I want at least as much, if not more, to know more about what it means to be a bracer. I guess it's a case of wanting to learn more about swordsmanship as a bracer, rather than as a swordsman, if that makes sense. Am I even doing a good job of explaining this? No. I think I see where you're coming from now, actually. Besides, Pappy once told me that he taught me all the technical sides of swordsmanship, forms, crafts, and that kind of stuff already. Whether I can master them or not is all down to me now. So in that sense, I feel like there's no specific need for me to train under him nowadays. Of course, Whether I'm really advancing in my swordsmanship now is another issue entirely. I wish I could say for sure I was, but... I see. What's with the silent treatment all of a sudden? Oh, it's nothing. You're just not really one for these kinds of serious discussions, so I was impressed to see you were even capable of them. Hey, I am so capable. Besides, you were the one who kind of pushed me into talking about all this stuff first. I'm glad I did too. Anyway, getting back to the point, what did the letter even say anyway? Oh, right. Well, as surprising as it is, it says that I should go and see Cassius Bright. Cassius? The one and only? Yep, that's right. Supposedly, Pappy was invited by the Royal Army to be a guest instructor at some point a long time ago. That's when he trained Cassius, too. So ever since, they've had this kind of student-master relationship with one another. Cassius even went out of his way to go and see him 10 years ago, when he decided to stop using his sword, too. 10 years ago? That would put that around when he left the army and became a bracer then. What exactly prompted him to tell you to go visit Cassius now, though? Well, I guess he only just recently found out that Cassius has returned to the army. So now he's wondering whether he might take this opportunity to take up the sword again. I gotcha. He wants you to go and ask for him. And let him know what he says, yeah. I see. People really do end up connected in the strangest places in the funniest ways. Tell me about it. Anyway, that being said, I kind of have a favor to ask. You want time off, I assume? Well, who am I to say no? You've got good cause to have it. I can even get in touch with the army and set up a meeting with Cassius if you want. Really? Really. Go along and get that truth your grandfather wants for him. But in return... In return? I want you to take care of every single one of the monster extermination requests on the board first. Every single one? Aren't there like 5 of them right now? Sure, but the monsters in this area will be no trouble at all for you as you are now. It'd probably be less of a problem if Grant were around, but I had to lend him to the guild over in Rouen, and he's still not back. You're gonna have to pick up the slack here in his place, especially if you want time off. Okay. Three days later. Bison Fortress. Phew, I'm finally here. Right on time, too. Okay, let's go bug Cassius. Can I help you? Well, I'm Annalise Elfie, a bracer with the guild. I've come to meet with Brigadier General Bright. Oh, I see. I believe we've been expecting you. I'll pass on that you've arrived then. You might have to wait a little while before you can meet with the General, though, I'm afraid. Huh? But I'm right on time. Did something throw his schedule off? Something must have. I can't pretend to know much more than you do. But the General is a very busy man, so it's not at all unusual for things like this to happen. Anyway, like I said, I'll pass on that you've arrived, but I'm going to have to ask you to wait out here for a while. Sure, no problem. I love this song. This is like the Arcells theme, though. This is taking ages. I hope the meeting isn't going to end up getting cancelled or something. I really don't want to have to come all this way for nothing. I suppose if I can't meet with Cassius, I could at least go shopping in Grand Cell. They should probably be getting the new lineup of stuffed toys around now. I wonder which one I should get. Maybe the bear? Or a crocodile once in a while would be nice. Excuse me, young lady. The General can meet with you now. Really? Do bum 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 bum. Good day, sir. Thank you. This guy doesn't even have a name, he's just a Royal Army officer. And you must be Annalise, I assume. Yes, I am. Welcome to Bison Fortress. The General is waiting. Please follow me. Oh, thank goodness. I seriously thought I was going to have to go home without getting to see him. I'm terribly sorry for the wait. Well, please follow me. You got it, sir. There's our favorite Gary stew. I brought your visitor, sir. Very good. You may return to your duties. Thank you, sir. I'm really sorry about the delay there, Annalise. Oh, don't be. I'm more thankful you took the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me at all. Haha, this is the least I could do for someone from my old line of work. It's been a while since we last met, though, hasn't it? You've become a seasoned veteran before I knew it. I'd certainly like to think I have. I can't have Estelle soar ahead of me while she's abroad, can I? This is just what rivals do. Haha, so they do. I'll be looking forward to seeing just how much stronger the two of you can become. You won't be disappointed. Getting to the point, I was pleased to hear that old Master Kafai is still in good health. I believe it was because of him that you came here today? Yes, that's right. I didn't realize you were an acquaintance of his before this. I certainly am. In short, he's the man who taught me the way of the sword. That was over 20 years ago by this point. The first time we met was when I was back at the military academy, so I studied it under him. I still remember the harsh training sessions he gave here at Leiston like they were yesterday. Really? Is there any special reason you didn't say you knew him before? You knew I was his granddaughter, didn't you? I did. By the time I first met you, I had long given up the path of the sword. It didn't feel appropriate in my eyes to act as if I was his student in light of that. Oh, gotcha. I haven't seen him in about 10 years, I think. He does write to me on occasion, but how is he these days? Does he still have that same old vim and vigor? Yep, he really doesn't act his age at all. Still, if you'll let me get right to the point, the reason I came here is to continue the discussion he had with you 10 years ago. Oh? To tell you the truth, Pappy still laments the fact that you left the path of the sword. That was why he wrote to me when he heard you'd return to the army. He wondered whether you returning to the military may mean you were also ready to pick up a sword again. So this is it. He'd like to know, directly from you, how you feel. I see. Well, it's a great honor that after so many years, he still cares so much about an inexperienced and utterly lacking swordsman like me. And yet I'm afraid my answer is that I still have no intention of taking up a blade again. Can I ask you why? You certainly can, but I'm not sure how to put my answer. This has always been on my mind too. I've always wondered what would prompt someone so skilled with the sword that they even gained the title Divine Blade to leave it all behind. And I don't mean to make light of your skill with your staff or say it's inferior, nothing like that. It's just hard to wrap my head around why you did what you did, and there's a little part of me that can't accept it either. Especially now that you've returned to the army. Why can't you return to being a swordsman? Unless you believe that the staff is stronger than the sword after all? No, not at all. I just believe a staff to be a more fitting weapon for me as I am now. Staves are a symbol of protection, which are used more for keeping enemies at bay than cleaving through them. You say that as if all swords are good for is cutting and killing. That's not true. I fight because I want to protect things just like you do. As a swordsman, as a bracer, and as myself. Are you telling me that the swordsmanship Pappy taught me isn't going to let me do that? I'm sorry. I didn't ask for you to take time out of your day so I could come and shout at you. But I can't accept what you're saying. Up until all of what happened in Liberl, I never felt any doubts that swordsmanship was the right path for me. In the end, all of what happened just served to remind me of how powerless I really am. And now I feel like no matter how hard I try, I'll always be a rookie. I'll never be strong enough to do what I want to. Now I see. Perhaps this is fate. I see Master Kafai hasn't changed one bit. He's the same firecracker he always was. What do you mean? I'm afraid as I am now, I'm not able to answer the questions you're asking me. But I know someone else who can. What's he planning to do out here? I really want to know who he called, too. Oh, there you are. Are you all ready to begin? Indeed I am. Never expected to have to wear this uniform again though, especially not so soon. I'd almost think you enjoyed messing with people. I'm not doing it to bully you. You know as well as I do your usual work clothes aren't well suited for this kind of thing. You're Colonel Richard. I realize this may sound a little silly coming from a man wearing this uniform, but I'm no longer a colonel, young lady. Sorry. So, Mr. Richard then? Or Alan? You can call me whatever you wish, though no need for the Mr. Meanwhile, I believe you are Annalise, a senior bracer with the guild. You know me? I'm not the former commander of the intelligence division for nothing. I know all about the bracers in this country. I see. But how did you end up being here? Actually, Richard was who I was meeting just before I spoke with you. Really? In short, I've decided to start up a new research company as a civilian. So while I may not be part of the army anymore, I can definitely see myself continuing to need to work with it in the future. So I decided to come here in order to discuss the matter with Cassius, in the hopes of maintaining a good relationship between us in the future. Oh, I get it now. Well, wait. Is the person you mentioned earlier... That's right. I want the two of you to fight one another. Well, wait a second. This is all a bit sudden, isn't it? Especially if I'm going to be fighting the famous Colonel Richard. Is that so? You don't want to know the answer to the questions you asked me earlier, then? I believe any doubts you have towards swordsmanship can only be dispelled through using it. Focus not on whether you win or lose, but on pouring all of you into the battle, and you should find the answers you seek. Alright then. That was fast. I'm not sure I'll make much of an opponent, but I'll do what I can. It's not every day one has the chance to test their skills against a relative of the Eight Leaves School's founder. I'm eager to see what you can do. Begin! Right! Annalise versus Richard. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Let's do it. Also, I imagine I've learned my lesson from that Julia and Mueller fight, which was super real, and I wasn't expecting it to be. So we should probably take this very seriously. Move that sacrifices defense for offense. Let's go. True piercing wave. That is not as much as I was hoping it was going to be. Watch him. Yeah, I knew it. Knew he was going to go for Afterglow. Smash it right away. This might not be good with that nerf on my defense. I may have picked a bad strategy. Okay. So yeah, he's a bit better than I am. Okay. Okay. I got two Tira bombs. Use one. Might as well use the other, because it's not going to fill me up. Alright. Interesting that I still have access to the chain craft, given that I have no partners. Let's see, does he have any particular, like, no, why would he? He would not have any particular element weaknesses. That did not do a whole lot. Damn. I'm sure this fight's winnable. I don't think I'm going to win it, though. I totally forgot that we were going to have a battle in this door. God, there's just no way. My damage output is terrible. That's my best option, is to continue getting lucky with heals. I'm gonna try to build up CP and go for another S-Craft. Let's go with another heal. Just that way he can't kill me right away with his S-Craft. Never know when it could come out. Luminous Divider. We don't have any bonuses showing up. Like, if I could get a crit to show up, that'd be great, but I don't think that's going to happen in this door. Yeah, you can't even do it. So I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to break. True Piercing Wave. Use a regular Tira. No, not move. Attack. Build up CP again. Oh, I might be dead. Hold on, Annalise. No, I'm dead. Darn it. Shouldn't have gotten greedy. Oh well. It's good for her that she lost, maybe. Ow, 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 ow. I want to say that all this affects is it might affect what your reward is for finishing the door. Maybe that's how you're graded. Not that it matters all that much. I should have known I'd stand no chance. I'm amazed by just how well you did fight, though. Alright, the victor is decided. Sheathe your blades. So, Annalise, how did his swordsmanship appear to you? Well, he fights using the Eight Leaves School's 5th form, Morning Moon. He's made a few changes to the standard form, but it's largely a style based around sword drawing techniques. Well, okay, I noticed a bit more than just the technical details like that. What did you notice? One thing I realized while fighting him. Richard swings his sword as if perfectly synchronized to my breathing. The second I go on the offensive, he reacts without fail. In that sense, it feels like his swordsmanship is much more defensive than offensive, I suppose. That defensive stance matches perfectly with the form he uses in combat, and the result is very natural, very powerful swordsmanship. Oh. What I can't work out is why you're so focused on fighting defensively to begin with. I mean, I assume it's because you want to protect something, but what? Annalise. Yes? I wield a sword for but one single reason. That reason is to protect this country. Oh. Everyone has at least something that they wish to protect in this world. Perhaps that is a person, such as their family or loved ones. Perhaps it is a belief or ideology that they hold dear. And just as the things we seek to protect are different, so too are the ways we choose to do it. In my case, the way I choose to protect what I care about just happens to perfectly suit the defensive swordsmanship you noticed. Although I can only imagine how comical it must sound to hear a criminal who threatened this nation talk about wanting to protect it. Well, not really. Richard, you... Please don't say anything, General. Her Majesty may have chosen to pardon me for what I did, but that doesn't make those crimes simply disappear. Still, just as your desire to protect Liberl remained even after leaving the army, I can't completely turn my back on mine. It was so that I could do so that I resolved to leave the army even. It was? You see, Annalise, to me, one's position in life is just a means to an end, a way in which to achieve whatever you wish to do. I think that's true for one's choice of weapon as well, wouldn't you agree? Well... What's important isn't what weapon you choose, but what you use it to do, what inspires you to take it up and use it to fight. The reason I chose to put my sword aside and take up a staff is those feelings had changed. That is all. So, Annalise, any more thoughts? I should just use my sword in the way that best fits me to do what I want. That's what you're trying to say, right? Sure is. You beat me to it. You're Master Kafai's granddaughter, all right. Very quick to catch on to things. I'm just as quick at forgetting things too, though. But I finally get where you're coming from. Really? I'm happy to hear that. Could I ask you to pass my answer on to Master Kafai then? Consider it done. I'm sure he'll understand. I feel I've learned a lot today from having the opportunity to face off against you. I do hope I'll have a chance again one day. So do I. Haha, You'll both have to make sure you don't neglect your training then.
Of course. I wouldn't dream of giving it any less than 100%.
Really? It sounds like that was quite the fruitful experience.
It sure was. I'm guessing that this was Pappy's plan all along. He knew exactly what would happen if I went to ask Cassius what I did, and that's why he asked. I must have sounded a little unsure of myself in the last letter I wrote him.
I see, like master like pupil. Incidentally, while I hate to spring this on you before you've even had a chance to settle back in, a lot of work built up while you were away. There's even a request from the mayor too, so I really need you to get right on it at all. If anything, you should be grateful. All this work will give you a chance to refine your skills with that new mindset of yours, won't it?
That's one way of looking at it, sure. So, Pappy? Well, I bet you knew all along, it looks like Cassius has no intention of taking up the way of the sword ever again. But thanks to seeing him, I ended up being given a chance to re-examine my own swordsmanship. Up until now, I thought it was all about getting stronger, or faster, things like that. But now, I finally realized that what's far more important than either of those things is why you take up your sword in the first place, your feelings. I feel like now I finally understand why I was never able to defeat you, no matter how many times we fought. I might not be the best student in the world, but I'll keep giving my training all I've got. Love, Annalise.
Swordsmanship finished. 5,000 Mira. I probably would have gotten like a quartz too had I beat Richard. Whoops. You can redo the doors, so I could come back to it and try and get whatever the additional reward probably is. But wasn't that nice? Aren't you glad that Annalise got some fleshing out, some character development? Not to say she lacked a character. She's a very nice person. But that was nice that they gave her a little thing. And remembered, she wasn't supposed to be anyone originally. She was just like an extra character. She was going to be like Sting or Melvin or whoever. Tita.
Okay.
I want to go over to the fountain and see if my cool healing drink is available. Better be. There we go. So let's head on back to the fourth plane, Grimcell Fortress. So some cool things were in that door. I mean, we got to fight Richard. We got to learn more about that fighting style. 8 leaves, 1 blade. That's pretty cool and all. We learned the name of the instructor of the school, Yoon Kafai. We got some baddies. And hey, what do you know, it's Agate. It's almost as if I looked it up and made sure it was actually going to be him.
Oh no!
Agate. Well, this looks like it's going to be a fight to remember. This fight isn't going to be the easiest, but it's not anything we can't handle. You ready to take him down, Tita? Together, we're going to rescue him.
Yeah!
Unique dialogue because Tita's here. You can barely see him over the monsters. Female Beast, one of Hell's jailers with the head of an ox, becomes mad with anger after enough damage. Well, maybe I should kill them quickly.
Let's end this.
Oh, there is something I want to bring up because I'm starting to question if we're going to hear it from anyone or if it's even mentioned in this game. It might get mentioned in something that we're not going to play in this playlist, in all likelihood. I'm referring to the gacha game Akatsuki no Kiseki. Unless that somehow gets like an English release, then maybe I'd look at it a little bit, but right now it's only in Japanese, and I think it got put into Chinese recently. But like most of what appears in Akatsuki isn't super important. It's also like, it's kind of canon, but also not, and Falcom doesn't make it directly. There's been some cool stuff in it for sure though. Like we've actually seen the capital of another country in Zemuria that's been mentioned in this game, a principality called Remiferia, which is to the northeast. They actually had like a segment, like a chapter of that game in which you got to see that capital a little bit, and that was the first look at Remiferia. But most of what happens there is like, it's not that important. You don't got to worry about it. So it's possible that what I'm about to talk about is mentioned there, or I'm just forgetting when or if it's ever mentioned in this game. But if you would recall, in a second chapter, I believe second chapter, there was a point where like Estelle asked Tita about her parents. And we like heard in first chapter like that, oh, they're researchers that are out of the country at the moment. But I believe in second chapter, Tita mentioned that her father, Dan, our good boy from our first Moon Door, was once upon a time a bracer before he retired and settled down to help Erica as a researcher. Found the sealing stone. Phew, well, that's that. For the love of Adios, though, he's a damn tank. And now we can free him, right? Let's hurry back to the garden, please. Quickly? Okay, we're going. Well, it's not like we have any reason to stay here any longer. Let's go. Let's go free this dumb chicken head. It's a good thing he's stuck here in Phantasma with us. This will protect him from Erica for a little while. What is going on with Layla's cell? Yay! Looks like you got your wish. You wouldn't find hair that red on anyone else. Aw. Go hug him, Tita. Ugh, the hell's going on? Hey, Dan, what just happened? So he was over at the Russell house. Huh? Agate! What are you doing here, Tita? I thought you were busy fixing up dinner. Wait a sec. Where is Dan anyway? I thought I just got off the airliner and bumped into him. But now you're here and he's not. What's going on here? Aww. Hey, hurry up and fill me in. I'm so happy you're okay. I'm so happy. Of course I'm okay. We only just saw each other. Since Short Stuff here started turning on the waterworks, you up for filling me in on what's going on instead, Joshua? Oh, wait, hold up. I didn't even know you were back in Liberl. And why's the priest here? It's a long story. A really long story. Just in case you hadn't noticed, the rest of us are here too, you know. Good to see you again, my friend. It certainly is. I still wish we could trade places, though. What I wouldn't give for Tita to be all over me like that. He's truly the most fortunate man on the continent. Will you shut your traps? There's some really big misunderstandings going on here, and I don't like it one bit. Going to jail, Agate. I'm sorry, Agate. I was just so happy that I couldn't help myself. Now all we need to do is save Estelle, and the whole group's back together again. Huh? Estelle? Seriously, how many times do I gotta ask before one of you coughs up an explanation? This isn't another one of Erica's murderous traps, is it? She must really have it in for you if that's your first guess. Sounds like quite a lot's happened since your parents came back, Tita. You could say that. Alright, got it. I'll be honest, this whole thing still doesn't feel quite real. but I can't see anything you say changing that. So I'm in. Let's get to work. What? That was quick. You sure you don't want to ask anything? We'll try and answer as best we can if you got any burning questions to ask. Nah, I've got a good idea of what the situation is from your last explanation. As for the rest, I figure it's easier to just see things for myself. Anything I need after that, I'll ask someone. Besides, it just doesn't feel right to having all these people gathered to know Estelle. So let's go and find her and put that right, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for helping us out. What are you thanking me for? Looking after younger bracers is part of the job. That goes for you too. How's it been for you these days anyway? Feel like you've gotten any stronger through that journey of yours? I'd like to think so. If you ask me, Estelle's changed more than I have though. She's shaped up to be a real reliable bracer these days. Whatever guild we go to, they seem to end up needing her for this and that. No shit. Taking after her old man, huh? Still, I'm amazed how quickly you accepted that this was reality and not a dream or illusion of some kind.
Did you not consider those possibilities?
Well, sure, but... Oh, I think I have our answer. The warmth of Tita's embrace coupled with her unique juvenile scent were just too real to leave room for doubt in his heart. Not to worry, I understand completely.
What?
I see.
I kinda get what he means.
Whoa there, you guys aren't buying his stock, are you?
Now, there's no need to get so flustered, or try and deny it. No one's judging you here. Couples come in all shapes and sizes. Your age gap's just a little bigger than the average ones, that's all. In fact, the age gap's what makes it all so cute. You're so close, and yet that's what separates you just enough to make your relationship that much more sweet, yet thrilling to watch unfold. When you put it like that, yeah, I can see the appeal.
So, show of hands. Which of you assholes wants my sword in their face first? You wouldn't think we were in a perilous situation looking at them, would you? Haha, this is just our way, really. Ah, forget it. Can we just get to work? Actually, wait. Didn't you say you have another companion? The sister. Where'd she go anyway?
Oh.
Sorry, she's over in the library area at the moment, but she's, not part of the group right now.
Her name's Ries, right? I stopped to talk with her a while ago, and couldn't believe how adorable she was. I wish we could have talked more.
I stayed and spoke with her for a short while, too. She has such a unique aura about her. She didn't seem very cheerful, though, so it was mostly me doing the talking. Kevin, are you sure you don't want to go and sit with her for a while? I can handle leading the group if you want. Thanks for the offer, Joshua, but that's probably not the best idea. I seem to be the best at handling the cube for one thing. Then there's a pretty good chance we'll run into more devils, and then you're gonna want my help. So I think I'm better staying in the field. Still, it's alright. She'll cheer up on her own eventually. She's not a kid anymore. Anyway, I think we better get going. It's not like we have all the time in the world.
Well, if you're sure.
In that case, maybe I should stay behind and gently pry open the door to her heart. He still has his loot with him. I'm sure my loot will be the perfect tool for the job. Just stop.
You're never going to grow up, are you?
Alright, Agate.
Leave it to me.
And just so he doesn't cause any problems, you stay away from her. Stupid Ollie. Love that, man. Alright, let's go look for our party members. Talk to them a little bit, see how they're feeling. See what they think about everything. I should probably... Yeah, I should actually take Agate off and see if he goes and talks to Tita. Put Zen on since we know he's right here. Yep, there we go.
I'm so glad you're okay, Agate. I was already worried about whether you were drawn here, but not knowing if you were okay was...
Okay, I get it. Stop hugging me. Besides... Never mind me. You haven't been getting yourself hurt while I was away, have you?
No, I'm okay. I had lots of people looking out for me.
Really? Well, that's good. Now all that's left is to save the other guys who ended up trapped in stones and get the hell out of this weird place. Next time you're heading out, take me with you. I don't feel like I'm gonna get what's going on unless I see it all for myself. Damn, someone's motivated. Oh, right.
So anyway, while the shadow towers were flat in structure, the dimensional space we're in comprised of several floors or planes.
She's explaining technical stuff to him. Fantastic. Put Agate back on.
Leave it to me.
I wonder how Tita's dialogue changes now that Agate's not here. Stay here and wait for me. Got it, short stuff? I'll go look into what's going on in this place.
Oh, okay. Take care, promise?
Of course I will. What do you think I am? The fiends we've encountered in here so far have been fierce enough. The further we descend through the plains of this place, though, the more dangerous they're likely to become. We're gonna have to keep our guards up. It's my first time seeing fiends up close and personal, although I suppose that's true of all of us. So all the battles in here are one big learning experience with trying to work out how to handle them. But hey, all experience is good experience. Right, let's go find everyone else. We got the good boy team with us right now. Let's go check on Ries. Still mad, undoubtedly. Still very, very mad. Very justifiably mad. Although the, look at this circle that's going on. I hope she's sharing more stories about Kevin's childhood.
Phew, well, she seems to have calmed down a little at least. It's funny how the quieter ones are always the scariest ones when you piss them off, isn't it? So anyway, Estelle and I hurried there as fast as we could. Oh, Estelle's the name of this bracer I know, by the way. So, you and Kevin grew up together then? Yes, that's right. Do you require something from me?
No. And nothing in particular.
This isn't the first time I've met a sister who's a bit, unique. But this one definitely fits the bill, alright. You better apologize to her later, you phony priest. You hear me?
I hear you. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't call me a phony priest, though. I am the real deal, you know.
That was just when that floating city collapsed, so everyone was really busy. Because of that, I couldn't go shopping at all.
How did she get on to shopping? Alright, now to find, let's see, Chloe, Julia, Mueller. I imagine Ollie would be hanging out with them as well if he wasn't with me. They seem to have like their own little, you know, like a royal clique going on. There's Mueller.
You have every reason to believe that there are still people sealed in stones in this land that we have yet to discover. Whether that is somewhere in Leo's cell or on the next plane, I don't know, but we need to find them. So let's keep going, together.
We've now conquered all three of the ordeals that this garden's master mentioned. I presume that means our next destination must be the fifth plane. I wonder what kind of place that will be.
I'm worried about all the people still trapped in sealing stones. We should hurry on. Although, I'm also worried about Ries.
Why do I get the feeling she knows more than she's letting on? She's a sharp girl. She probably does. I presume that since we've encountered... that's the same. Alright, let's take Ollie off. Put on Chloe. Whoops, not Tita.
Together now.
Oh, Ollie doesn't go here. Where does he go then? Where has that fool gotten himself to, anyway? I swear, I take my eyes off of him for one moment. You'd think he could at least manage to play the good prince during times of serious crisis like this. Well, whatever. I'll leave him to his own devices for now. It's not as though he can leave this garden without the cube regardless. That's true. I have a feeling I know exactly where he is and what he's doing. He's playing his lute over by Ries, isn't he? That wild man him. I bet that's what he's doing. Maybe it's because vaguely I can recall maybe seeing that once upon a time. But I know him. I know him better than I know any other character in this game. Listen to it. You can hear his music. This madman. He's playing Amber Amor. Look, the entire like scene changes because of him. Unbelievable. Is that really the way you want to make your first impression on someone? And from the church, no less? At least play her a hymn or something. I'm not sure his choice of song is the problem. Honestly, he does look cool playing the lute in that outfit. Maybe he really is a prince. Shockingly, that is one thing about him that actually holds water.
Ries seems to have cheered up some now. I'm glad I decided to come over and talk to her. I finally managed to get into the Gralsritter. I went through all that training. I was finally promoted to a squire. But after all that...
I thought that was going to lead to like a big punchline, like, I'm stuck in here listening to this idiot play his lute. The sun shines, a rainbow bridge. I cross it to reach you. And yet as I search, it fades into the sky, dancing with loneliness on the wind. He was actually serious. Oh, it's different. If this wish is doomed to fade without ever coming true, then may it leave at least a scar. My first promise is one I cannot keep. I keep your breath encased in amber, sealing with this eternal dream. Okay, it's the same. Aw, it's gonna take forever to get through this. But I love this man very much. I don't think these are the same... They're not the same lyrics from the first time we meet him at Hawken Gate, where he plays the lute to like distract General Morgan after Assail Joshua and Shara kind of get into like a shouting match with him. But they might be the same lyrics when he shows up on that boat in 2nd chapter, when he makes his big grand appearance over at Ruan. Possibly. What an idiot. He is such a dumbass. I love that man. Alright, let's get him back on the party. So why not? Well, we don't necessarily have to bring him. Everyone's levels are about the same. I've never really taken notice of it in this playthrough just yet, but we seem to have gotten pretty much even levels from my last playthrough. Let's see, who do we want? Well, let me think about where we're gonna go, who we're gonna fight. Why not? Let's just bring Tita.
Okay.
Keep Tita and Agate together. And there was no new drink over at the fountain, right? That would be too convenient for us, I believe. Yeah, disappointing. Let's put on Agate's stuff. That can't be right. I don't want heat-resistant boots. I need to go sell those off. Did I equip those to someone and not notice, like Shara or Annalise? I assume they go down to the bottom of my inventory because they have special properties, not because their stats are good. Alright, we actually want to go back from whence we came. Didn't mean to go into that menu. Let's go 4th Plane, Grimsdale Fortress again. There was a little more that we didn't explore behind where we fought Agate. Food is the basis of all. Man can only tread the right path with food in his stomach. Only when you have committed 20 kinds of food to memory shall this door open. No, so obviously this is recipe based and I have plenty of recipes. In fact, I think I'm only missing one recipe in the entire game. Yeah, and I think I know where it is too. I believe I looked it up. I actually don't know what the contents of this moon door is, especially because it didn't at all mention what it could be. I have a theory what it could be though. given that we just got agate, but it doesn't require anything besides the recipe, so it might not be the door I'm thinking of. Or maybe it is, I'm not sure. Alright, let's go back to start of the 4th plane. Let's Cell Lodge. We've kind of trapped ourselves into an interesting predicament here in terms of timing. Hold on. That light wasn't on when we were last here. It's dark outside now, too. Yeah, it's night here now, just like how the time of day changed on the 2nd plane. And I'd wager the time of day isn't the only thing that's changed here. Let's see if we can find anything else. Got it. So I believe the end of the chapter is right outside that door. And it might take a little while, so I'm not sure if we want to do that just yet right now. We might go do something else to try and kill a little bit of time. Let's see. Let's look at the doors that are available to us. So did Moon Door 1. So we have Moon Door 2 open, thanks to Shara. Still saving the Chloe Moon Door. And now this new one we just found at Grimsell Fortress. In terms of star doors, we did Julia and Mueller's. We did the Salt Pail. We did the Chloe Joshua one. We did the Zen one, learning about Kilika's new job in Calvert. We did the Annalise one just now. Oh wait, no, this is the one we just got. What am I thinking of here? No, I'm so stupid. Did I say Moon Door at that last door? It's a Star Door. So the 4th Moon Door is Joshua in his cell base, so we don't have that open to us. Though we do have this food one that we just found open. And in terms of Sun Doors, we can't do the 2nd one because we also still do not have a cell with us. Very disappointing. Let's go over into the 2nd plane. Let's go to the south block of Grand Cell. Try to delay this end of chapter little event that's going to happen. It's going to be a boss fight. That's how all the chapters have ended, obviously. So we're going to have a tough fight waiting for us outside of the lodge at Layla's cell. So this is a moon door. Bring to me the dancer with silver locks. Only then shall the door open. Well, let's go get Shara. I think we'll do this at the start of the next one. This moon door is one I've also been looking forward to because, unlike some of the other doors we've done, that door has control inside of it. It has the ability to actually explore around where it's going to take us. And there's some interesting stuff that's in there that I've heard about.
Ready?
Back to the 2nd point. Actually, we just go straight to that door. I'm stupid. Alright, let's create a save file right here in front of this door. Let's see. Our playtime is almost 16 hours. I don't know how much longer we have to go. Like, for a while there, like, the start of the playthrough, I was like, this might be the shortest one, given like how streamlined the 3rd is. But the doors do eat up a lot of time. They can be very lengthy. So I don't know how many more videos we've got. Obviously, there's still, a good number of chapters left. There's the fact that we really have not found that many star doors when you think about it. Like, look, we got 6, but there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is the total. I believe I said 16 at one point, but I was off by 1. So there's still quite a few of those doors to find, but only a couple of sun and moon doors left. So a little preview of what's behind this door. We're going to have a flashback with Shara to some of her earlier days as Bracer and working in, I believe, Grand Cell. It's actually going to tell us the story of how Shara and Aina met before Aina became the receptionist at the Rolent Guild branch. So we'll get to see how that all went down and how they became to be such good friends and drinking buddies. But once that's wrapped up, we'll probably end the chapter. We'll go back to Layla's cell, go outside, see what threat is awaiting us, and how this chapter is going to end. Alright, it's a little bit of a short stop, but that's alright. So we got a big moon door when we pick up next time. See you guys in the next one.